Hello everyone, it's Nikki here. I'm going to be making some ATC, so I thought I may as well just record it. I've only ever made these a few times before. I'm not that au fait with them, but I just thought I'd have a go. So what I'm going to do, what I have done in the past, is cut these into the sizes. So ATC's artist trading cards they have to be a specific size, and the rules are you're not allowed to sell them, you swap them or give them away or keep them. So this particular set of artist trading cards are for a swap that I'm doing, and the title or the theme of the swap is Sparkle. I've had to have a think about this. I didn't necessarily want to go down the Christmas route, but I think that's what's going to happen. Ordinarily, I cut them up into their 2.5 by 3.5 sizes, but this time I thought what I would do is just paint over the whole of this. It's quite thin. I think it's 1mm grey board. Paint over it and then add all my elements to it and then cut it up, and then that way it will be more random. When I do my others, they're a bit more contrived, so things in the corner here and bits over there. I've shown you the ones in the past that I've made, so that's what I'm going to do. So rather than you watch paint dry, one of the colours I'm going to use is this Martha Stewart Crafts Pearl. It's called Aquarium, and I just thought it's going to sink in initially, but rather than paint gesso on and then paint this on, I just thought I'd paint this directly, and I don't think it'll be so in your face. I think it'll sink in, so I'll do that first and then I'll come back to you when it's dry. Okay, so that's now dry. Isn't it beautiful? Really nice and beautiful colour and great coverage. It's the first time I'd used that paint, so I had to open it. I'm going to use this stencil. I have lots of stencils. Some I make because I've got various machines, but this one I bought a long time ago, and it's an old, it's either tattered lace or Sheena, I can't remember, but it's a very old one. But I kind of thought it kind of looked like snowballs, and anyway, that was my warped view of the thing. So what I thought I'd do is I'll just go over it with some sort of texture paste. Now I've got out my Distress Grip Paste, which I've never used, and it's translucent. So I thought I've also got this Screen Sensations Crystal Glitter, which I've never used, and as far as I can remember, you mix this with paint, and it's supposed to say in there. So my view was, this is obviously got some sort of gluey stuff in it. Mix it with that, so you're going to get this sparkle, which is the whole idea of these actual ATCs. So I'll mix these together. I also got out some other, you know how you buy things. I also got this chrome texture paste, which I quite like the look of. So I might even use a bit of that. I've got some other colours as well there. So anyway, I'll mix this up, and then I'll come back and you can watch me add it to the page. Okay, so this is me mixing it together. I just took a big dollop of this Distress Grip Paste. Now this isn't a particularly thick stencil, so I'm not sure how well it's going to kind of sit proud on it, but we'll have a bash anyway. It's what owning stash is all about. I think I'll put a little bit more of the glitter in. You can't have too much glitter, can you? My other thought was to have used, I do have a transparent, or yeah, translucent gesso. Oops. And that was my other idea, was to mix some transparent gesso, and that might have been better because I didn't realise that this wasn't a particularly thick stencil. Sorry. Right. Let's have a go. I'll try it with this tonic tool first and just see what happens. Yeah, it's not going to work on the big ones, is it? I think probably, oops, let's just get it everywhere. It's not going to be perfect, but I think if we can just, yeah, perhaps I'm being too rough, perhaps just pile it on, really. Could do that, couldn't I? Let's pile it on. I have no idea what I'm doing, which apparently is all part of the fun. That's quite cool. Let's mix this on. I wonder if actually I've dried this up too much by adding the glitter. I do watch Tim Holt's videos, but I love him to bits. I think he's fantastic. I just find it's information overload. Whenever you watch one of his videos, there's just, you know, you need to be able to take down shorthand to understand what goes with what, and his videos are so incredibly long that any hope of catching up after the event is just kind of not there, really, is it? So I think what I'll do, I'll just stick this on, kind of not how you're meant to stencil through, do this sort of thing through stencils, because generally you're meant to scrape it and save as much as the medium as you can. But as you can see, this is not, and it's only going to be a taste, really. This is not a design piece. Let's grab that off there, and I can perhaps try and, I only really intend on making 6, so this is a 12 by 12 piece of card, so we've got 2.5, 5, so we've got 10, so 4 going across, so really I don't even need to come down this far, but it would be good to go over that side. So let's just see what happens. It's not liking it, is it? It's not doing really what I wanted it to do, but it's my own fault, because I really feel that if you're going to use this sort of stencil is really only for putting colour through. It's not so for adding a texture, because they need to be a little bit thicker, a bit I don't know what the micron would be. So anyway, let's see what this leaves behind. It's okay. It'll do, as they say. Let me stick that there. Let me get, oops, some of this on here. It doesn't want to stick, which is a bit bizarre, because I thought it was a glue type substance. But as you can see, as I'm doing it, perhaps I'm just doing it too heavy-handed. Who knows? So I say life's a learning curve, but let's just take a little bit off of there. So it's going on to there, all right. It could also be the way I'm doing it. I wonder if I tried a different knife, whether it would make a difference. I find I'm a little bit heavy-handed with things, so I tend to find things that should be easier. So some people find those when they're when they're colouring with inks, they use those egg-shaped rubber sponges. Mine just looks horrendous when I do that. I think I must be a bit heavy-handed. So that's kind of sticking, isn't it? Okay. I don't want to make this too long, this video. So it's going to be a hint. No, it just doesn't want to stay. Excuse me. Perhaps, as I said in the opening bit, perhaps I've just put too much glitter in and there's not enough glue there to hold it. So let's do this quite lightly over the top. No, it still doesn't want to stick. But I think it's better than that side. I don't know if there's any hope of getting this all in here. No, not really. I think that's a bit of a waste of time. Although I do appear to have a little bit more control with this old rusty palette knife. Because actually, even if it's only a little bit of a hint, although there is a sheen, isn't there, on the paint. Quick one on my head. Oh gosh, now there's something that I can't bear, so let's just move that over, because I can't have that line there. That looks terrible. Look at that. That is really good. Wonder why. Is it? It can't be the card. That'd be ridiculous. That's it. That's better. Let's take the line off. Let's do these bits here. That's better. Move that out of the way. It will look completely different. Well, it should do. Put it that way. It should look completely different by the time I cut these up. Anyway, I think this may look, once it's dry, it may look as I'd anticipated. It may not, but it may. That'll do. I'll come back when it's dry. As you don't want to watch this drying, do you? See you in a minute. Okay, so I'm back. This is a bit, it feels like it's dry. It's very thick. I have no doubts that this will break off or do what it wants to do, but hey, doesn't matter really. What I've done, because the theme is sparkle, it's not as sparkly as I wanted it to be, but what I've done, I've got out some old glitter paper and or glitter card, and got some old dies of mine out, which these are, I think these may have been Sheena. They're very old. I've had them years. One of the problems with them is that, yeah, Sheena Douglas. One of the problems with them, it's not a problem actually, but one of the things is it doesn't cut out the whole shape. It just cuts in, which is nice, and they're a nice size. I really like the size of them. So, and then I thought I'd get this because this is opulent and sparkly. So I just thought I'd randomly stick these on here. So I think what I will do is probably just do them randomly like this. So that when I cut the ATCs up, there's at least a bit of each, or at least a bit of one of them on each of the cards. Now I'm going to use Distress Collage Medium. This is the only sort of medium I've got with it. I do have some gel. I wonder if I should use the gel or whether I should use this, because this is a matte one and you'll be able to see it. Right. Hang fire, I'll go and get some gel out. Okay, I'm back. I've got this one out, matte gel, medium. So, that's it. What I'll do, I'll just use this to stick this down. As you know, I am winging this. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when it all dries. I do want to get some other colour on here, but I mean, it is all about sparkle. So we'll have to see. I think probably the best thing to do would be perhaps to move that out of the way and then just put some dollops perhaps of this where I want it. I am quite a messy crafter, so let's just stick all these bits on there. Probably the ends are the most, well, not the ends. That's interesting. It's all got ends, but let's do that. Here we are. There's a nice mess. Stick that on there. Got some wet wipes there. I'll take that off and stick that there. In fact, I wonder if I can use. I'll use a bit of old card that I've got here. Bit of leftover card. Oh, so it's not going to like it, is it? It should do though, shouldn't it? You would think so, wouldn't you? Oh, if I just hold it down. And actually, at the end of the day, if this, as long as the main body of where I'm going to cut it is stuck, but then I can always stick it down elsewhere. I think, is it going to be worth doing this? I'm getting my hands in a bit of a mess. Doesn't matter, does it? It'll wash off. The only thing is, I'll probably get it all over the glitter. Texture, that's what we'll call that. We'll call that texture. Again, let's take it off my hands. These are all water-based anyway. Now the idea is that's not going to stick because it's sticking to the card. So the idea is that we just kind of get it to stick. I will complete this. It will happen. I'm kind of taking off all the glitter there as well, which is very funny. Okay. It may seem like I'm talking to myself, and I am, basically. So I think what will have to happen, this will, I don't really want to put something on top, because if I do, that should stick, and I don't want to do that. So let's do that, let's do that, let's do that, let's do that. There. Hold that down there. Let's see what we can do with this. Because I'm aware I'm cutting these up. I think if I was doing this as a whole, say, on a piece of MDF, I would probably just concentrate on doing the edges. But because I'm not really sure where it's going to cut. Okay. And that one's curling up. Right, so I think if I can just try and hold it down for, I don't know how long this takes to grab. And the other thing I could have done was use a quick grab glue. But this tends to be better when you're going, this sort of stuff tends to be better when you're going over a texture. I did drop my... Let's just see where we are with this. Let's just do that. As you see, life is a learning curve. There you are. I think... Let's just get a little bit under the end here. No, it's not liking it, is it? Just the ends, really. We can just hold it. So, you don't want to see me doing this, holding this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this sorted and I'll come back to you. Hello everyone, I'm back. As you can see, actually it's the next day now because this was taking such a long time to dry out and it wasn't very good. I then just cut up the ones I needed. I must say, I'm very impressed with this Martha Stewart paint. Anyway, so I'm not going to do much more to these. I'm quite pleased with them because I think they fit the remit. They are sparkle. I will put something on the back. I've left it grey, but I will put something on the back. I've made some little labels that I'll stick on the back just to say what the theme is. But I have made these just on the computer. I've made these little what the sparkle sayings, so I'm going to put them on there. I will probably either make them into banners or cut them straight or whatever. I haven't decided yet, but one of the things I do want to do is to add a bit of, I've done this with the laser printer, so unlike an inkjet printer where it will smudge if you get it wet, you can put what you like on there. And I've got, this is something else in my stash, which is called Shake and Gilt. Now I think it's very subtle, but go along with this theme. The only other thing I was thinking of is that I could have perhaps put some Brushos or some other I do have some of the Tim Holtz ones, but I thought I'd try and use this and see what happens when it becomes dry. Okay, so you don't want to watch me doing that, so I'll come back to you. Okay, so I'm back now. I've cut these up. I found a little die that I had and I've cut these up. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to stick these randomly on here. But the other thing I'm going to do is, as you do, I mean, if you're a crafter like I am, you buy things and then wonder why you bought them, what you're going to do with them. So I don't know if you can see this, but I've got this little box full of bits and bobs. And again, as it's sparkle, I don't know when I'm going to be using these things, but I thought I might just jazz these up. They're ordinary, just those. But I've got some really nice ones of these sort of cabochon things that perhaps I could use. I'm not sure. This is the trouble. Every time I go to use them, I go, I'm not sure. Let me see what I've got here. I've got these rather nice ones. I quite like those. I've got some leaves, but I don't think will go. And those kind of ones. So what I'm going to do, hearts. I've also just got some glass. I won't use those. Right, so I think what I'm going to do, Russell, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to use something in one of these packets and I'm just going to stick them on. So this time I thought, with the hassle that I've had with trying to glue things onto this, I thought what I would do is use Cosmic Shimmer. It's quite good. It's not, this isn't a mixed, well it is mixed media, but it's not like it's going to be doing very much other than kind of just sitting around. So I thought what I could do is, these will probably need some weight on them because obviously with the various textures underneath, not sure I want that one on there. I think we need a big one on that one, and that one on that one. So I'm sure you don't want to watch me doing this, but what I'm going to do, just where I can, I might just add a bit of sparkle, and also it uses my stash because I don't know when I'm actually going to use these. It's quite funny, isn't it, that we buy things. I think I actually quite like them. So that's the route I'm going to go down. I'll get on with that and I'll come back with the finished article at the end. Okay, so I finished them. Just put these little cabochon things on, put the pieces of paper that said sparkle on, and that's them done. I'm quite happy with them. They do what they say they are, and they are, that's not sticking, and they are ATC cards with a theme of sparkle. I will be sending my cards out to somebody that I've been paired up with, and hopefully she'll like them. Anyway, that was a quick one from me. You will be hearing more from me. I was on a design team for card challenges. I've since stepped down because I found it's taking a lot of my videoing time, and I want to do more of my own videos. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye.